welcome you to Homo Politicos today. This is Enterprise Television. Kingsley Bass is my name. Let's talk core politics in Nigeria. Well, it's 2025, but you know already that politicians, political parties, as a matter of fact, some Nigerians are preparing toward 2027 already, and it's about some 2 years to that election, which will determine who becomes the next president and next set of governors, as we have several governors already preparing to leave as they've spent their second term. But while the People's Democratic Party, the country's major opposition party, some other persons say that's debatable, but yes, governors elected under that party have distanced themselves from the 2027 opposition coalition amid a rising tension within the party. In a surprising political twist, the People's Democratic Party Governors Forum publicly on Monday rejected any affiliation with the emerging opposition coalition seeking to unseat President Bola Tinubu in 2027. Well, this stance declared during the high-stakes meeting in Ibadan, the state capital, further deepens internal divisions within the PDP, particularly over the party's leadership, while raising questions about the strength and the unity of Nigeria's opposition ahead of the next general election. And there are several questions. As a matter of fact, there is this trending clip now of the governor of Akwa Ibom, elected under the People's Democratic Party, publicly declaring that President Bola Tinubu has to run the second term because he believes that the president needs to complete the job he has started, especially the construction of roads. And, he was also speaking about the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Well, what then are the implications of the PDP Governors Forum, the PDP Governors Forum distancing itself from the proposed opposition alliance that of 2027? How does this backing, this distancing and this backing of the party by these governors, what does it mean for 2027? Let's get talking about that. Again, welcome to Homo Politicos. Kingsley Bass is my name. I'm joined virtually today by a lawyer, a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, as well as a member of the PDP. I'm talking about my guest, who joins me virtually this lovely day as we look at this conversation. Lemonade Onoja joins me virtually today. Let's get talking. Many thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate that. Let's get down to the conversation. Let me know how you felt watching governors elected under your party, dismiss completely the talks about a merger, about a coalition, something similar to what we saw in 2014, and this time being led by the former vice president and the presidential candidate of your party in 2023, Atiku Abubakar.
I would like to think that the governors are struggling for leverage. That is a position that they have taken publicly so that they can get leverage in whatever negotiations are being held or will be held that will result in that coalition. The reason why I'm saying so is that if you read the first paragraph of the communique, although they said they do not want to, although they shied away from coalition, I think the last 2 or 3 lines say that they are open to working with anyone who wants to work with the party to defeat the APC in 2027 and enthrone good governance. So it feels like what they gave with one hand, they collected with the other. I do know personally that there are quite a number of conversations already more than ever before, more than even in 2015 when the party lost power, has been one of outright rejection of the APC. We have seen the outcome of the 2023 presidential election results. And once you combine the results that the opposition parties had in 2023 compared to the results that President Bola Tinubu, the votes that he got in the 2023 elections, you will see that the opposition party votes put together are more than 6 million votes, are 6 million votes more than what the APC got in that election. That tells you something. It tells you two things. One, that the APC is truly deeply unpopular, and that their popularity has worsened since they have just stepped this country with untold hardship and suffering. But also, two, that if unpopular president will be elected into office because we implement a winner takes all entire system of government. So I don't know. I would like to believe that they said that statement for the purposes of ensuring that they have some sort of leverage that they will take into negotiations.
Oh well, I'm not sure how that resonates with the governors who gathered were hosted by Governor Shea Makinde, who himself, did speak about the potential, the possibility of contesting for the same position of the president come 2027. But before we get to that, if time permits that we get to that, you did mention that there are talks of a possible alliance, of a coalition. Some will call that a merger. What do you know? What can you tell Nigerians to prepare for?
I can't say much, but I can say one thing. Anything without that, if the PDP, bruised and battered as we are, because we are bruised and battered, and we can no longer continue to live in this fantasy reality of a political party that is well oiled and able to go to an election that it seeks to win. If the PDP attempts to go this election alone, what it has done is that it has signed the death knell for not just for itself, but for potentially our country. It carries the burden of the hopes and aspirations of millions of Nigerians at the moment. And that the party has to realize that it will have itself solely to blame for whatever this country, whatever our countrymen and compatriots, whatever male, female, child, Nigerian, whatever we suffer post 2027 in the hands of the APC. If the PDP is unable to provide leadership to unite the opposition on going to that election, whatever we suffer post 2027 will be our blood on the hands of the leaders of the party. It will be our blood on the hands of the party. And it will be the biggest disappointment of them all. This is not even legislating for the fact that I do not believe that the party can survive beyond 2027 if it fails to win the general elections.
Oh well, there are talks too about the fact that the mere fact, for want of better words, that these governors have, agreed not to, work towards a coalition, at least going by what they've said, right? And that some of them are possibly working with the governing party. Have you heard such comments? What do you know? What can you say? How do you feel about that?
I don't have any comments about that. I don't know about that, to be honest. And if they choose to work with the leadership of the party, well, I don't know. What I do know is that there are millions of Nigerians of free will who are looking for a party that represents their hopes, aspirations, and desires going forward. If these governors choose to align themselves with the ruling APC, then it is eventually going to be their loss, because not only will they lose the support of the Nigerian people in terms of possible success at the federal elections, it immediately puts their own elections in jeopardy, because such is the pain and the anguish and the suffering of the Nigerian people that I think that it is going to be one of those situations where people will vote against any obstacles in their way, go against any obstacles in their way. And if the PDP governors choose to constitute themselves as those obstacles, then well, it would just be plain disappointing. I don't know any of that. I don't know about that at the moment. But if that is what they choose to do, I heard Governor Moken's statement.
Yes.
Was it yesterday or the day before?
I was just going there.
Utterly disappointing. They were very disappointing statements. To guarantee success for the worst administration in our national history, for the worst, what the APC has done in the 10 years since it was formed and 10 years since it won an election is visit this country with sorrow, tears, and blood. That's what it has done. There is a failure of security from the east to the west, from the north to the south. Food prices have never been this high. The petroleum prices have never been this high. Inflation is at the official rates, their officially based rates exceeds 24%. At what experts measure, it is close to 40%. We have 42% food inflation. We have the highest number of children out of school in the world. We have the worst levels of youth unemployment in our national history. We have the worst levels of employment in our national history. So look at the government that has no plan to change positively any of these negative indices and guarantee them a victory it is the worst, it is the most disappointing letdown in the history of our country. I think that Governor more and more should be ashamed. I think that he made that comment for himself. I think that comment does not really reflect the reality of the Nigerian people.
Yes, just 1 minute, right? I'm reconsidering the comments made by Governor Mo of Akwa Ibom, and considering some of the things he said regarding continuity, the fact that he wants the president to continue and complete the job he has started because he believes another person might not continue some of these projects. Is that not some form of justification from your point of view?
Let me tell you this. What is it that the president wants to continue? This legacy of killings in the North Central? What is it that the president wants to continue? Unemployment at this level? These record levels of corruption? What exactly is the good work that
I suppose he was referring to infrastructure.
What infrastructure? Given the levels, this administration has added trillions of naira to the national debt. What infrastructure is it he speaks about? Is this level, whatever this infrastructure is it comparative to the new levels of debt that this administration has added to the national office? Is it? Is it commensurate to the levels of revenue that the government has seen? Is it? Is it commensurate to the expenditure? They say they have stopped paying subsidies and that they have taken that money and they are channeling it into infrastructure. Given the amount of money that they have access to, can anybody say what is this level of infrastructure that our Governor Umar wants the Tinubu administration to continue? What is the new infrastructure you have seen? What is the repaired infrastructure you have seen? Where can they show us infrastructure that improves the quality of life and the earnings of the Nigerian people on a daily basis? It does not exist. It only exists in the dreams and fantasies of political acolytes and supporters of an evil administration. For Governor Eno to say that, it was shocking, it was disappointing, And in his private moments, even if not publicly, in his private moments, he should be utterly embarrassed and ashamed.
All right. Onoja, we've got to go now. Yeah, but just before we do so, just one final thought from you. What do you say to the People's Democratic Party Governors Forum? You know this man very well yourself, if I may say.
I will say straight away. I can immediately say straight away. This is proving to be one of the most disappointing leaderships of our party at all levels. The failure to take into consideration that we still have fifth columnists in our party who work that openly are working against the party's interests. To this day, the failure to take a stand is shocking and abominable. If this is the legacy that they want to leave of the PDP, to be the undertakers of the party, having benefited and actualized their ambitions on the platform of the party, then this is so embarrassing. It is so shameful. Their continued failure to lead this party properly so that we can become the vehicle upon which the Nigerian people actualize their hopes and ambitions and aspirations. That failure is an embarrassing legacy that all of them currently bear. They do have the time to fix that, and I hope that they take that time. Failing that, there's so many young people who give everything to this party, who have never directly benefited anything from this party, and who continue to believe in it. For this ongoing sacrifice of those young people, of the hopes and aspirations of the Nigerian people, of the taking away of our collective future in a bid to satch it. I don't know what it is, but is shaping up and is currently one of the most disappointing leaderships of this party that we have ever seen since 1999.
Lemona Onoja, lawyer and member of the People's Democratic Party, many thanks for joining the conversation today, Homo Politicus.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, have a fantastic one, and we hope to see how things, we'll continue to follow this development and see how things unfold towards 2027. Well, again, horse trading continues. There definitely have been several talks, behind the scenes, more to come. As a matter of fact, if you look around critically, you would see posters. We hear on the 3rd Mainland Bridge in Lagos, Nigeria, posters of the president already being displayed, whether that is coming from the president's camp or supporters of the president, that is yet to be seen or known. But let's leave things there today. Many thanks again. Stop by the comment section. Let's know what you think of this move by PDP governors who mentioned that they know nothing about the alliance, the coalition led by Atiku Abubakar, former vice president and former the last presidential candidate of the party. That's the show today. Kingsley Bass is my name. Until next time, make sure you're safe and God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.